It needs a 2-drop. That's fine otherwise. I guess maybe this end's a little slow against mono red. Don't do anything till turn 3, but they're on the play. We get that going for us, I guess. That's pretty good. Huh. I don't think I'm supposed to Empress here. Yeah, we'll just Heart's Whisper and guarantee our resource drop. And then next turn we can go Empress into Cat. Maybe I'm supposed to Empress this turn and just try and hit the resource so that way next turn I could get P.R.O.M.P.T online. This is the part where we hope and pray they don't have Lasgar's Vengeance. This at least buys us a turn. For those that are not familiar, Empress of Ice is a 2/4 that says as long as we have 5 Sapphire thresholds, our cards don't ready, so they don't get to make these troops better. Candle deck is solidly tier 2. They have Lasgar's Vengeance here, we're very good. If they don't, we get to play this Commander P.R.O.M.P.T, and then we're probably in a pretty good spot. At Hershey's, if you're out there, it could be. You're not wrong. Hodar's been here before. No Lascars. What a good beat for us. Let's go ahead and focus here. It's good against hit them for 8 here. They go to 16. I'm gonna attack with just 1 Empress on the off chance they like have a Lasgar and it's at like 5. Like maybe they drew it after they attacked the first time. This way 1 Empress lives through here. Because Commander P.R.O.M.P.T only gives the plus toughness boost to my readied troops. So that means this one would die to a Lasgar's right now. If I attack with both, they'd both die. We are gonna see me play Lantern today. Once this Hex portion ends, we're going to play Hex for another 2.5 hours or so. Maddie should be here by then. We're going to play some Dredge in Modern and then some Lantern Control in Modern. Mammy Yeti is here and she's hangry. I assume we're going to see a Champ Power get hit here. Am I just cashing this in as a gain 6? I might just be cashing this in as a gain 6. I think the fact that I drew this Transmog means I can afford to like be a little bit conservative here. Like give them some more draws. If they have a Lasgar's and we don't block, we literally die. And if a Lasgar's and we do block, we get a chance to like redraw to another Empress here. Runebind's pretty decent. Heart's Whisper, draw 2 here, see what we get. Looking for cats, yep, sweet. Runebind's actually a fantastic draw. That's a good draw too. Because it means we can delay a Lasgar's for a turn. So, these cats actually mean that we can go Copycat, Commander P.R.O.M.P.T, and then Copycat, Commander P.R.O.M.P.T, so now my exhausted troops get +6 attack. And he's just going to be dead in 2 swings here. Good luck. Godspeed, Marty. Hey, Peace Stinker. Ning. Of consenting a... We're downtown with the burlesque queen. Won't even ask my name. As she sheds her skin on stage. Clubs PA. Eat this and just take 1 so this doesn't bounce back to their hand. Exactly where you like me, I'm exactly where you like me. Oh, cremated himself, sure. Ain't it naive and no, isn't this? Like, Verdict to the Ancient Kings of this matchup. I think, Yeah, Heart's Whisper's okay. I like to cut some of the card draw. Transmogrifade, fine. I don't think I want another Runebind. I think 3 Runebinds and 2 Verdict to the Ancient Kings is probably plenty. I'm not playing any copies of Frostbite, which is a card that's generally good in a matchup like this, but I don't think we did. I think we're kind of close in this matchup anyways. Bless. Hope everyone's having a good weekend, hanging out, just, you know, casual 24-hour stream. Been a while. It's been a long while. We did one of these last year in July, I think it was, a little over a year. Hour 14, feeling okay. Maddie's gonna be joining us here soon once he gets back from his hugging contest. I think Empress is going to be in a really sweet spot if Lasgar's gets banned. I don't know about really good, Bob. It's going to be in a sweet spot where it's going to have a lot of play to it for sure, though. The fact that... what's the word I'm looking for? The fact that you will have... so we're getting kind of punished here for the fact that these are Whispers and not Consult the Talons. But sorry, but anyways, the fact that Blood will get better when Lasgar's Vengeance gets banned is a real thing. So, like, the Blood decks, like the Bride of the Damned Hero decks, are generally good against the Empress deck, right? We flip the goat back up into their hand here. I think I'm going to go ahead and Heart's Whisper and grab... Kind of weird they didn't replay the goat there. I'm going to go ahead and attack with this because if we... Especially since we have 2 Copycats now. If we hit a Tribunal Magistrate or a Commander P.R.O.M.P. next turn, this thing will be huge, Dreadling. So every time this readies... Pyre Strike. Okay, interesting. There will be. We're hanging out, playing Hex for the next 2.5 hours or so. Then we'll do a 4-hour block of magic or so. That's decent until we get Lasgard next turn. This Empress looks really good. But because they showed us a card like Pyre Strike, I'm going to go ahead and play 2 Empresses out here. So Copycat is free to play and it makes a clone of something. Not going to play the 3rd one out because Lasgars could clear these 2 away. This is game 2. We're up a game. We got an Empress lockdown game 1 and they didn't have the Lasgar. Maybe I'm just supposed to take that hit for 4 there. I feel like he doesn't have Lasgars because he saber-toothed my Empress last turn. Go ahead and play this and put a non-resource on top, see what we find here. I feel like there's a good chance this gets saber-toothed or pyre-struck this turn. So I'd like to find another Empress, ideally. I think I'm pretty obligated to continue blocking this at this point. Good for this. Alright, another Copycat. Unfortunately, I can't Copycat something that's already copycatted. Does not have the desired results. I think I'm pretty committed to just, like, not beating a Lasgar at this point unless we rip a prompt, so we'll go ahead and play this Warpsteel Shardsworn out and just, like, try and close this game off. And build a Ruby off their deck while their Mystic Resource drops. It's good, man. Yep. The goat is here. Look and draw Commander P.R.O.M.P.T or Tribunal Magistrate next turn to kill them. Oh, JVL, thank you for pointing that out. I didn't even think about that. I always forget that Copycat can copy my opponent's things. Huh. Is that just the line here to race? I think I like that line a lot, actually. We'd have been beating them down so much faster here. Yeah, no one loves you, Bob. Dry your tears of no one loving you with the dollar bills that Hex is gonna send you. Now he has to have Lasgars this turn. No, this will be able to kill the troops that they have in play. If I had done this the first opportunity I had, they'd be dead by now. Need to remember that I can. Need to remember that I can copycat their things. I think I'm supposed to transmog this, right? Like, not give him triple fireballs and out here. Oh, you know what? He could have fireballed his own Phoenix to kill my board there, right? I don't know what animation you saw, Marty. We were going to attack with everything. You conceded part of the way through to declare attacker, so it just like half declares the attackers when you concede. What is ASMR meted? Did you have a Lasgard 4 at the end there? Because I'm just not. We can't all be 10-0 mono red players. If everyone was a 10-0 mono red player, the ladder would be a scary place. Are we tracking the nerd slag during this nerd slayathon? We are not tracking, actually. I'm sad I actually can't play the Bash next weekend. It's holiday weekend and I gotta go to a cookout at a family thing. Which is sad because I would like to Bash again. Mm-hmm. Be greedy and take a non-resource on this one, I think. Loki of the pack. Animated sleeves. Animated sleeves for everyone. I love that I can play the Empress deck on the Frost Arena board, by the way. It's so flavorful. Savor all that flavor. It's gonna be... I think at this point, it might actually be a mono viewer stream. Guarantee a resource drop with this. Play it pre-combat because the depth crawler gets bigger. Oh no, the dreaded double resource drop. This matchup's actually pretty tough for us. Because like our locking them with Empress isn't particularly good because like they don't have a lot of troops that they win with anyways. Definitely want some of our more explosive draws in this matchup as opposed to the Empress, but like we had a Consult and we had these Warpsteels, so I don't think this hand was a mulligan by any means. Just gonna go ahead and Consult here. Their Adjudicator's better, but guessing up here is generally good for us. We're looking for like Commander P.R.O.M.P.T or Tribunal Magistrate. Dark card sucks for us because we have to sacrifice a non-socketed card, so we lose the Empress. We can't sacrifice these two dorks. I'm doing this at this point. Need There's the commander prompt we're looking for at some point. Sit tight for now, though. We want some cats to go with this, ideally, I think. Down, da da down, da da down. Locks. Transmog's a great draw. Still looking for cats and magistrates. Meow. Decklist coin. Resource on top of my deck. I'm just gonna pass the turn here. They're gonna lose this Silver Talon Adjudicator to their dark card anyways. Wonder if I'm supposed to play a non-slow shard there so I can Runebind to fight over this Transmogrifade if I need to. It'd be correct. Second Dark Heart, it's kind of annoying. I'm actually going to take this hit here. I don't want to Runebind it now, because then my opponent could possibly, that's the word I'm looking for. They could potentially, have like a guidance or a focus or something they could play this turn. Other Copycat. It's pretty... Runebind this guy. If they want to fight over this or not. I think I want to Runebind first just to get it out of the way so I can try to attack this turn. Down are you? Down are you? You're gonna transmog this now. Should be able to thoroughly punish them for that line. So we get to go Commander P.R.O.M.P.T now. Get to go Copycat, Copycat. Always want to make sure you Copycat the one. It's not... I think I'm willing to trade one of my guys at this point for 21 points of damage, so they're going to get to trade this, the thing they're going to sacrifice anyways, but now they're going to take 21 from these other three. They have Clash of Steel, the game is over, but I don't think we're beating Clash of Steel at this point anyways. Whenever you're playing around things like this, you always want to ask yourself, like, what can I actually afford to play around? Like, if I can't afford to beat a Clash of Steel this game, just, like, don't play around Clash of Steel, you know? Okay, so that should mean no clash. I think they mismanaged that transmog yet again here. They should probably... And hopefully Shub will go back and watch this and catch the things that I'm talking about here. They should have waited until I picked... because, like, I was going to have to sacrifice a commander prompt, and then they could have transmogged one of my other commander prompts. So, baby, pull me closer in... Backseat hero. Are they still dead either way? I think they might have still been dead either way. They were still dead to these two. Yep. Yeah, that sequence Sigma Sync actually didn't matter. Looking at their life total. So those are the games we win in this matchup. We definitely have to be the aggressor. Sometimes we can grind out a longer game, but a lot of the time we're not. Like, we're bringing in a Psychic Ascension and, like, a Mad Robomancer. It's, like, these kind of grindy cards that can sometimes win the game all on their own. But, like, in general, we're winning games where we're, like, getting underneath our opponent and just, like, beating them down. One of the last couple of cuts. I think I want to leave a couple Empress of Ice in my deck. Warpsteel the trim? I think Warpsteel might be fine. I'll leave one Empress in my deck. I'll just leave one in. It's fine. I'm pretty sure that means you're better than him. To be fair, Metro only plays crappy decks. He mostly just plays that Sapphire Wild Wintermoon deck, which I think we'll make a point to stream with that at some point. Like, I think that deck is much worse than Sapphire Diamond in the abstract. Also, any of my subs are watching. If anyone's tagged me in anything on Discord, I haven't been checking Discord while I'm streaming here. His hand's pretty decent. He's got a Runebind card that draws some cards, a Skittering Cultivator on 2. Tribunal Magistrate's very good in this matchup. This is nice. Hopefully find a resource here. Ding. I'll make sure we hit our first 6 or so resource drops this matchup. 5 or so. Tag Jeff at every show. That's not going to make me read it. Discord's actually really nice, and when Discord detects that OBS is running on my computer, it disables all notifications from Discord, so they don't bother me while I'm streaming. Let's get this Dorko going ASAP. The question becomes, do I want to just jam Tribunal Magistrate next turn? Or do I want to wait and play around like a possible Into the Unknown on him? I didn't say it was unplayable. I said it's worse than Sapphire Diamond control in the abstract. Which is an important distinction, right? Like, you can do well with things that are worse versions of other things. Like the Sapphire Diamond control deck is arguably one of the best decks in the current constructed format, right? So like a deck that's worse than it is still going to be plenty playable. Trying to hit some resource drops here. Huh. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and hit my champion power here. And while copycatting this isn't particularly exciting, that's great, Marty. And then now this can draw me 3 cards, and this is going to Diligence next turn, and I get to jam this Commander P.R.O.M.P.T down their throat. And, like, if they make it past the Skittering Cultivator sub-game, we get to enter the Mad Robomancer phase of the game. Ugh, these owls are going to bury us. Stick this Commander P.R.O.M.P.T. I don't think I want to attack this in here. They could have a Transmogrifade for this Commander P.R.O.M.P.T anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and ship for 6 here, I think. Maybe I'm supposed to offer this trade. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to offer this trade here. Get the Transmogrifade. Am I going to Runebind this? Now, I'm just going to let this happen. I think I want to use these Runebinds to fight with this Mad Robomancer. Stu, whenever you play a card with cost 5 or greater, it deals 2 damage to target champion or troop. Well, that's actually really good with Mad Robomancer. Actually really good with Mad Robomancer. Right? This is actually kind of a tough one. It's like, if they have 2 counters here, we get into trouble. I think I want to just make them have it here. This also gets to kill this now. If I had a guaranteed, like, 7th resource in my hand, I think I'd wait a turn. But because I don't have the guaranteed resource, I think I need to just go for this here. Yep, that's unfortunate for me. Maybe I should wait a turn, but like, we're getting hit for 6 in the air every turn. Seems bad for us too. So... Ugh, these birds are just burying us. The apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up, I'm giving in my bones. Welcome to the new age, welcome to the new age. Well, I get to Runebind my Commander P.R.O.M.P.T, I guess. It's like not terribly exciting. Radioactive. Pollution. That is correct. The music is just in my ears. It's against the Twitch terms of service for me to stream copyrighted music. Music I don't have permission to. The streamers that do it are technically breaking the agreement that they've signed with Twitch. Brady buried this game. Been in my bones. To the new age. Huh. Yeah, the jungle board is sweet for sure. Definitely one of my more favorite ones. We're pretty good at this point. Maybe I should have waited on that Mad Robomancer. We had double Runebind to protect it. Probably. I wonder if I'm supposed to leave in some Empress just for like blocking the birds when they have the aggressive starts with them. I can see that being a possibility. Let's go 2-2 on these, not play 3 into the unknown. The forest battle board is my personal favorite. It's just like it's very subtle and pleasant to look at. But I can't play the Empress and not play on the Frostring Arena board. Sweet. Hopefully we can get a Tribunal Magistrate down early this game. Good deal. Bottle. Go and focus here. Sweet. Hit the resource. Turn we can play Tribunal Magistrate with Runebind up to protect a little bit. This generates eggs in their deck every time they play a card while it's in play, so if we can get like 4 or more eggs in their deck, it'd be pretty good. That's kind of obnoxious. They have 1-2 now. You get some eggs, and you get some eggs. There's just like, it's always Magic spoiler season, right? Their Magistrate is alternate art. He got like this big shit-eating spider grin on his face too, just like, haha, fuck you, I'm gonna load your deck up with spiders, nerd. The new Americana. Sabretooth is very good against Magistrate, you're not wrong. Raised on Pinky and Nirvana. Kana. Well. Sure, guidance. Putting them eggs in your deck. Wow, that's gross. Huh. Huh. Think I'm just supposed to Runebind this? Now that I have Commander P.R.O.M.P.T in play, I can kind of just like beat them down hopefully here. Spiders will be pretty big too. 6. Hey, Prometheus86 with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Subs are one of the best ways you can support my content here, so thank you for choosing me to be the recipient of your Twitch Prime goodness. Yep. Alright, I think I'm just choosing to keep my Magistrate here. Each have one Magistrate again, but they have 3 cards to my 1 card. Feels bad, and they're gonna, like, gas up here soon. Big bucks and no spiders. Alright. Well, hot. Both of our decks just keep going up in size. Hopefully we don't get into the unknown tier, especially since we drew another Tribunal Magistrate. So we would like to avoid at this point. Yep. Must be this tall to ride this ride. The carnival. Get out of here. Get gone. Fun and games. Both have 56 cards in our deck. I've played 8. This is 9, 10, 11, 18. So I'm through 18 cards. There should be 42 cards out of my deck. 42. There's 20 cards out of my deck. There's 16 eggs in my deck right now about. Yeah, nice chat power, right? We're getting 4 eggs per card played here now. My spiders are going to be 5 power dorks. Man. This is kind of dangerous. I think I want to fight over this. This Fate Weaving and non-resource does mean we can get a spider egg. Built. Oh, maybe I'm just supposed to play this. Maybe. Nah, this is probably better against Clash. It's worse against most other things, though. Yeah, I probably should have just played this. Just held the Arcane Focus for a turn. Just like 6 eggs at a time. Go right it up. Yeah, right? There's 2 for our side. They already played 1 Clash of Steel, I believe. Was that this game? Clashed once this game. I think I should have just had a third Tribunal Magistrate in play here. It's like a focus in my hand. Alderthan's Glory, yep. It's gonna avoid all the spiders. Technically beats me down. I think there's any reason to play the Skittering Cultivator out until we find a way to deal with this. Runebind did my thing, yep. Deal. "66 cards in their deck, many of which are spiders. Jeez, can we please draw some more spiders? Please. Please, spiders. Spiders, please." So, they should have about 40, they should have about 20 cards played out of their deck too. 8, 13, 9, 22 cards played out of their deck, so 38, so... They have like 30 eggs in their deck right now. Spider eggs can beat Psychic Ascension. Need a hand to hold. Fire in my soul. Kinda punished for not having played this last turn. I could have runebound this and gotten in here. I probably want to save the runebind for something more impactful, like a Clash of Steel on a turn that they're gonna kill them. Good lord. Draw some eggs. This guy, he's just like Loki the Pack, just like riding this head here. I'm just runebinding this. I'm just gonna runebind this. This way, if they want to counter, it gets 4 more eggs in their deck. This makes no sense, right? That's how I feel. Alright, if they attack for 5, I have a jump blocker now. Has to attack anyways. Made a fate. Oh, that's true. They might have fate woven a resource. Smart. Yeah, their deck is half eggs at this point. Ooh, ding. Yep. In me alive. Jeez, they hit a refute and they hit a. Oh, Tonguebeater is actually probably bad for them, right? Because it lets them draw an makes them draw an extra card. Deck is over half spiders now. All right, we hit a spider. Sure. Watch us of like fate weave in one of the 8 spiders left, one of the 10 spiders in our deck to the top, and their deck's like half spiders. If they drew 2 cards and only hit 1 egg, they hit both next turn, right? Even when the night is gone, I got that fire in my soul. Hitting 3 to these dorks. They generated a refute off their champ power too. That's really good. Probably gonna use this as a chump blocker next turn. You have to laugh when stuff like that happens. Because if I didn't laugh when stuff like that happens, I'd have to cry. There were like 12 eggs in our deck, and they just hit 3 of them. And there's 40 eggs in their deck. And they're drawing 2 cards a turn. And they can't hit any of them. And we're dead, right? Actually just dead. We're dead in 2. Tilt. It's too late for this bullshit. I'm too tired for this bullshit. Something's broken. Alright, Jesus, why? Why, Jesus, why you do this to me? Oh. Good thing we have video of me being hosed, right? It's not the Empress of Ice I needed. I'm gonna pass the turn just to see if they can draw some spiders. Even if they top deck all the spiders here, they're still gonna die. We're still dead on board. which is sad. One spider. Oh, Uzzu. Yeah, let's do one more with Mono Zephyr before we swap it up. They've been drawing 2 cards a turn for those last 2 turns. Tilt. Good game, Shoop. Man, them eggs. We should play some swap cast. I started streaming slightly before the bash started yesterday. I guess still it's technically still today for another 15 minutes here. Peace, Bobby. Congrats again. Game 2. Did I concede? I thought I was dead when I conceded game 2. Did I concede a game where I wasn't dead? I genuinely don't remember at this point. I wonder if my opponent's playing the Reanimator Storm deck. Seeker is very good against this deck. We're just like mono 3-drops. Damn bad intentions. Damn bad intention. I should make my opponent steal lethal. It's too late for that shit though. Ugh. There's an Aegilis. Put a non-resource on top of my deck. Maybe I'm supposed to have Commander Prompted there, actually. Yeah, maybe I'm actually supposed to have Commander Prompted there. So I can start attacking. Supply pressure. Copycat does not copy deploy triggers. So Copycat copying something is a deploy trigger. So like it's already had its deploy triggers happen basically. Alright, my opponent is now invincible, so we need a Runebind or a Transmogrifade. Sure. I'll be invincible too, why not? You're invincible, and you're invincible. Everybody's invincible! This is what it's like when worlds collide. Are you ready to go? 'Cause I'm ready to go. What you gonna do, baby, baby? And as you waste your days with thinking. I'm just drawing more cards here. Loading up some more eggs in their deck here, ideally. That's an Eternal Seeker. That's really scary. Hands are shaking cold. I definitely think we're a dog in this matchup. All you gotta keep is strong. Move along, just a million do. Move along, just to make it through. Move along. I'm gonna play Commander P.R.O.M.P.T here, just be resource efficient. I don't want to play out any more 3-drops because I think they're gonna put out a, I think they're gonna Seeker us next turn. Probably void our 3s. There's no point in attacking with Aegilis. My opponent's invincible. To hold, sing to me. Keep it strong, move along, just to know you do. Gosh. Where are my Runebinds at? Transmogrifades. You're like a giant spooter. Oh, you gotta keep it strong, move along like I know you do. Yeah, no point really doing anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass back. Ah, the waiting game. Night singing Jeff, lunchtime singing Jeff seems like a cool guy. 24-hour karaoke stream. Yep. Dorks are no longer invincible. Oh, and now are they gonna put... They ruined about that. Now are they gonna flip a Seeker into play and void the 2-drops? Yep. I assume we're gonna void 2 since we numbered that. Oh, really? We picked 3 still. Weird. Super lethal is a good way to put it. We'll copy your Aegilis again. Just gonna go Empress here, I think. Maybe I shouldn't play both Empresses out. Yeah, playing both of them out is probably a little loose. I'm going to attack you with my Skittering Cultivator, because I might as well start generating Dreadlings. And this isn't dealing damage because my opponent is invincible. This way, if we had a Runebind or a Transmog, we'll have a bunch of poopers in play. I guess playing out 2 Empresses here encourages my opponent to name 3 again. During gaze. Haha, nothing. That's pretty good. What's good when you have no cards left? Draw 4? It's decent. The pine. No, my opponent's actually playing the Reanimator deck that we just got done playing. Did anything sweet top 8 the bash, by the way, or was it just a bunch of Ruby and control decks? Public constructed. Was it all the usual suspects? Takahiro, Taka, 2 slag pots. Okay, yeah, looks like all the usual suspects. It was like 4 decks, but still nothing new and exciting. Oh. You're invincible and you're invincible. Everybody's invincible. Ever have. Wonder how many eggs are in my opponent's deck at this point. Oh, I guess I don't have a Magistrate in play anymore, so I'm not putting more eggs in their deck while they're doing this. Man, hour 15, like 2/3 of the way. Not even 2/3 of the way done. That's about 2/3 of the way. Big Kitty Fan with the 14-month resubscription. Welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate that. Over a year. That's a rude opponent. I liked being invincible. Ugh. That's unfortunate. I really liked my board. Alright. This is it. They're going to avoid my 3s. Let's draw a Transmog or a Runebind here so we can tag this and then kill them. So long, Empresses. Alright, 6 live draws and some redraws. Ding. Fries are done. Patience is a virtue, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about things that are lethal. This attack, this attack. Let's talk about things that are lethal. This attack, things that are very lethal. Be patient, get rewarded. For Ancient King seems great. Transmog seems fine. Redden's okay. Runebind's okay. Deal seems pretty bad. Empress seems fine. I guess Into the Unknown's pretty decent plus, right? It's actually really good rates, but better than Transmog probably. Actually, probably better than Runebind. Runebind's like okay at fighting over their disruption. I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this. Let's give this a try. I guess it only leaves me 6 things to draw to. I really want like slightly more than 6 things to draw to against the stupid thing. Return with Consult, maybe? I feel like the best is a little bit more about trying to kill them. If you want decks that are reasonable for playing on their constructed ladder, they start as cheap as 20 bucks, the Flying Compass. If you check out this article here, it's something I keep regularly updated. There's 2 decks on there. The competitive constructed ladder is completely free to play in Hex, so the only thing you stand to lose is ranking on it. So, you know, I always recommend people ask me the best point to start in Hex. I always recommend just dump 20 bucks in and buy one of the 2 base decks there that I recommend and just play the game a bunch and get a feel for it. You can play as much constructed as you want once you have a reasonable deck. Just play on the ladder, grind it up. I know plenty of people that are reasonable TCG players that have gotten all the way to the Cosmic ranking on those budget decks. I don't think it's super realistic on either of like the very cheapest decks on there to like get into the top 64 of the ladder, which you need to qualify for their $5,000 invitational tournament. But I think just for like getting a feel for Hex and like getting to the highest rank so you can earn all the free ladder rewards every season, those decks are very doable for that. If you want a deck that can get you into the top 64, like you're a really competitive TCG player and you want to like qualify for their invitation tournament and you want to do well in like the 1K that they have every Saturday, the Red Links deck on there is about 100 bucks. It's very, very competitive. Yeah, both those cards are worth a good amount of money. Actually, Big Nuki, the Mono Ruby deck is what's been doing really well in Mono Ruby's been doing really well in the events lately. Like, Bob and Cheese won the 1K today playing Mono Ruby, and he went 10-0 in the tournament. He 7-0'd the Swiss and then 3-0'd through the top 8. Yeah, honestly, if I'm assuming you mean Matrons or Matriarchs and Lasgar's Vengeance, like those are really the only expensive. Some of the decks are playing Primordial Sabertooth now, but that's only a couple of bucks if you want to add those. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm going to Transmogrifade this because it has lethal, so that way I can attack it with my Skittering Cultivator here, get some Dreadlegs going for next turn. And so, you mentioned Tundra, so I'm assuming you play Legacy. Hex technically has a non-rotating format called Immortal. They don't have a ton of support for it right now, but once they do add support for it, I actually think something like the Red Link deck is probably going to be pretty moderately competitive in that format. Yep, that's an Aegis. And unfortunately, I don't have an Empress to lock this down, so this card's going to beat us down pretty quickly unless we find it Into the Unknown or a Transmog. Just fine, everything will be alright, alright. Alright, put a non-resource on top of my deck here. My opponent and his board are invincible right now, so no point in swinging in. These have to attack, obviously, but they died on a turn anyway, so not a big deal. Maybe I'm just supposed to have all the Runebinds and Transmog to, like, take the Aegilises off the table in board states like this post-board. I know it's tough. I think the Reanimator deck is very competitive. I almost played the Reanimator deck today in the tournament, but the rest of the team talked me out of it at the last minute. Yeah, exactly. Like the gameplay in Eternal was very reasonable, but like just the lack of competitive stuff I found frustrating. And then you probably heard me rant about not liking the CCG model before if you've been watching the stream. I'm gonna jump with the Exalted Bard here. Oh, this was dumb. I should have blocked this. I have a 1/6 here. If you ask me why I didn't block this, it's because I was talking and clicking at the same time. The Ancient Kings, that's perfect once they already have an Aegis in play. It's not perfect. Well, the good news is when I put my third Commander P.R.O.M.P.T into play next turn, my Skittering Cultivator will... Nope, because it has the Quash Ridge. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright. Oh, don't Aegis number 2 me. It's an Exarch deal. Yeah. Wanna know how much you wanna... Just... We are very prompt here. We're gonna be switching back to Magic. We did an hour and a half with the control. We're an hour in here. It's probably another hour and a half or so. Alright, so I have to jump block this at this point. The good news is, if we, like, hit a thing here... Oh, wait, what? Still? I don't have to jump block this anymore? Just block you with my 110? Dread and... Wait, what? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I have another Aegis in here, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna attack with these 5. I know I could get extra damage in by playing this Commander P.R.O.M.P.T. Yeah, actually. So right from the tournament. Bobbin Cheese's deck here. I want to hold up this Verdict in the Ancient Kings because I feel like they'd only Dread End there if they had another way to get this other Aegis into play. Too many commanders just waiting around for Runebind or Transmog, yep. If you already own all the Matriarchs, Big Nuki, you can... The Bolt Wings are probably the only really expensive thing you're missing out of that deck. You can just play more Matriarchs instead of the Bolt Wings. I finished 5-2 in the bash, punted the last round, and then missed top 8 on tiebreakers. Nope, started 5-1, ended 5-2. Empress! Alright. Do. Probably still dead. Transmogging 7 drops doesn't work out for you. Yep. Something just like that. I think I'm just gonna... I want some Runebinds in here as opposed to those verdicts. Just so like we could take the Eggless off the table when we're in an aggressive position like we were that game. Then just like this. I think this hand's kind of mediocre. I'm gonna mulligan. Hand's better. It gets to guaranteed make 3 resources in 3 turns. Got this Arcane Focus plus a draw step to try and find a Skittering Cultivator on 2. Take a cat for now, I guess. Okay. A lot of cats. Stack mulligan's okay. So we've got Heart's Whispers to generate card advantage. We end up down cards a little bit. We usually don't mind too much because of things like this. Yeah, the way we ended up drawing, they would have been okay. But, like, had we just, like, hit a Transmog or Into the Unknown or something like that, they would have been in a pretty bad spot. They been a fatty? They did not been a fatty. That's good for us. Hearts Whisper of their own. We're gonna put a bunch of Empresses into play here, unless they've been like a Seeker. Probably just gonna put 2 Empresses into play regardless. They've been an Eggless, that's fine. Yeah, I'm only gonna put 2 Empresses into play. Maybe I'm actually just gonna play 1, because if they reanimate Seeker next turn... they both... Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put 1 Empress into play, because if they flip Eggless out, I can Copycat the Eggless, and then Into the Unknown it back to their hand. Or Transmog it? Yeah, probably Transmog it. Opponent does not have any blood. It's good for us. They did play Permafrost, though, so they could have, like, a Permafrosted gift here. Start the whole thing over. This is one of our more awkward draws, right? Like, we don't have a lot of pressure going on. Eventually, they're gonna get to cast their big things, and we're not gonna feel great about it. I guess I could have a Rotten Rancor here too. First choice. Oh yeah, that's fair, JVL. We're about 15 hours in, so still a good long chunk to get through. Skittering's actually a decent draw, because it generates multiple bodies for us. So that means when we get down the line here and get something with like a Commander P.R.O.M.P.T or a Magistrate to Copycat, we can actually kill them. It's a Dread End. Alright, sure. If we hit a, if we hit a Tribunal Magistrate, are they dead? Yeah, Tribunal Magistrate's lethal here. Rats. I guess I could actually... Let's go to Celtic. I guess I could cat one of these two. Or like keep one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one, I think. The Skittering Cultivator. I think that's more important than the Empress at this point. Yep. Probably pretty dead here. Because I think this matchup's tough for us. This Empress deck might just not be very good anymore. A lot of the things that have gotten popular recently. Well, that's awkward. Good line from the opponent. We just have too much interaction at this point. That's one of the tough balancing acts, especially when you're like going to like a pseudo control deck. And this type of deck is like striking the balance between like the right amount of interaction and the right amount of like trying to run them over.